Huawei just shocked the world with a $118.2 billion revenue surge in 2024. But there's a twist. While revenue soared, profits fell by 28%. What's driving this paradox? Is Huawei winning the battle against US sanctions? And most importantly, can it take on Apple and Samsung globally? Let's break it all down. Welcome back to Wealthy Business, the channel where we analyze the biggest finance, business, and tech trends so you stay ahead of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe for more powerful insights. Huawei's big financial win, but at what cost? Huawei's 2024 revenue hit 862.1 billion yuan, which is $118.2 billion. A massive 22.4% increase from last year. This is their second highest revenue ever, just shy of their record in 2020. But here's the problem. Net profits dropped 28% down to 62.6 billion yuan. Why? Huawei is spending big on the future. Their R&D budget skyrocketed to 179.7 billion yuan, over 20.8% of revenue. That's more than companies like Apple and Samsung. Why so much spending? Because Huawei is locked in a high-stakes survival game against US sanctions. These sanctions cut off Huawei's access to critical technologies, including high-end semiconductors and Google's Android ecosystem. Huawei remains one of the world's largest telecom equipment suppliers, and this sector is still booming. Revenue from ICT infrastructure, which includes 5G networks and carrier services, rose 4.9% year-over-year to 369.9 billion yuan. The rollout of 5.5G, or 5G Advanced, is a game-changer. Huawei is already leading the charge in this next-gen technology, ensuring faster speeds and more efficient connectivity worldwide. Translation: Huawei is still deeply embedded in global telecom networks despite Western restrictions. But while their telecom business is solid, the real surprise is Huawei's smartphone comeback, a direct threat to Apple. Remember when Huawei was the world's biggest smartphone maker? That all changed when US sanctions crushed their smartphone business, blocking access to Google services and top-tier chips. But guess what? Huawei is back, and it's coming for Apple's Chinese market share. Key numbers. Consumer business revenue, 339 billion yuan, up 38.3% year-over-year. Smartphone shipments in China are up 37% year-over-year. Market share has risen from 12% to 16%, while Apple has declined. Huawei achieved this without American chips thanks to a major semiconductor breakthrough in China. Their new Mate series smartphones have sold out repeatedly, proving that Chinese consumers are still loyal to the brand. They even launched the world's first-ever trifold smartphone, something neither Apple nor Samsung has achieved. And that's not all. Huawei's secret weapon, HarmonyOS 5. For years, Huawei relied on Android, but US sanctions forced them to develop their own OS. In 2024, Huawei officially launched HarmonyOS 5, the first version that reportedly doesn't contain any Android code. This is a huge deal. If Huawei can successfully grow its own app ecosystem, it might completely break free from Google. But here's the challenge. Most global users rely on Android or iOS. Without these platforms, Huawei's global expansion remains difficult. What do you think? Can Huawei's HarmonyOS compete with Android and iOS? Let me know in the comments. Huawei knows it can't rely on phones alone. That's why it's aggressively expanding into new industries. Electric vehicles and renewables digital power division revenue 68.7 billion yuan, up 24.4%. Investing in EV battery tech, smart grids and solar energy solutions. Cloud computing revenue 38.5 billion yuan, up 8.5%. When accounting for internal Huawei cloud services, total revenue hit 68.8 billion yuan. Automotive tech. Huawei's automotive software and driver assistance division grew a jaw-dropping 474.4%. More car makers are partnering with Huawei for in-car AI and smart driving tech. This diversification is Huawei's best strategy for long-term survival. Instead of relying just on smartphones, it's becoming a tech powerhouse in multiple industries. The pros dominating China's smartphone market again, leading in 5G and 5.5G, expanding into AI, EVs, and cloud computing. The challenges: no access to Google's Android, making global expansion difficult. Still cut off from cutting-edge American chips. Heavy competition from Apple, Samsung, and Chinese rivals. The next 3 years will be crucial. If Huawei can build its own software, chip supply chain, and ecosystem, it could rise as a global superpower again. But if not, it might remain a China-focused giant, with limited international influence. What do you think? Will Huawei reclaim its global dominance, or will it remain trapped in China? Drop your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button and subscribe for more business insights. Until next time, stay wealthy, stay curious, and keep growing.